Hey everyone, welcome back to Kicking with Kipes. I'm Kipes, and today is December the 10th, 2024, and we will be going over all 11 games that have been going on tonight. So no time to waste. Let's get into it. So, starting off with the Colorado Avalanche and the Pittsburgh Penguins, we have Colorado beating Pittsburgh 6-2 in Pittsburgh for what I can only say is Pittsburgh continuing to do Pittsburgh things this season. They're completely underwhelming again this season with Dubas at the helm. Yeah, I was upset with Dubas leaving the Leafs at first too, but now it's just coming to the point that it was time for him to go, and I'm pretty happy so far with how the Leafs have been doing with him gone. But yeah, this back to the game. The game was pretty much over right from the start. We had a McKinnon goal right away in the first period. We had him coming down the left-hand side and absolutely sniping it past Tristan Jarry for the first goal of the game. Mikko Rantanen also had a hat trick in this game, scoring his 16th, 17th, and 18th goal of the season. Yeah, both goals. His third goal, his hat trick goal, was an empty netter, but still a hat trick goal. We also had his first two goals, just I would consider them being in the right place at the right time. For his second goal, I think it was, he was just on the right hand side, one timer, beautiful goal. Rantanen is just one of those players that I don't think you can consider him being a underrated player, but man, he does not get talked enough about for being how good of a player he actually is. Valerie Nichushkin has a absolutely amazing solo effort coming down the right hand side, tucking it in, and then going far side. Beautiful goal past Jerry for his seventh of the year. Arturi Lehkonen caps off this beatdown of the Penguins with a very nice goal at the top of the slot. Yeah, the Penguins. Cody Glass gets for his first goal of the season, which was an amazing pass from Malkin, and then Bunting wide open in front tucks it in for his seventh of the game, top shelf, or seventh goal of the year, not of the night, because then that would have been way more of an amazing game to watch than what it was for the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. So moving on, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Philadelphia Flyers facing off in Columbus, and the Philadelphia Flyers come out with a 5-3 victory, with Merzlikins getting the loss and Erson, I don't know how you say it exactly, getting the win for the Philadelphia Flyers. It wasn't too exciting of a game from what I could tell. Noah Cates, I don't know too much about this guy. I should look into him a bit more, but he opened us up the scoring with a super ugly goal. But yeah, look at where he is compared to where I am. He right place in the right time, taps it in for his second of the season. Owen Tippett also gets a goal in this one with an absolutely beautiful snipe that beats Merzlikins. Yeah, I don't even think Merzlikins knew there was a shot coming on this one. It was in before Merzlikins could even react to it. Travis Konechny gets his 14th and 15th goal of the season in this game. His first one, great shot. Yeah, no notes, just an amazing shot. And then his second one, breakaway. Yeah, his beautiful breakaway, nice little deke, 5-hole, beats Merzlikins. Yeah, there's a reason why he's one of Philadelphia's top players this season. Morgan Frost gets his fourth goal of the season with a nice little tap in, and yeah, pretty much seals the deal for the Philadelphia Flyers. It was like Noah Cates' goal earlier in the game. It was a dirty, ugly goal that went in, but at the same time, yeah, right place, right time, juicy rebound, put it in the net, your team wins. Werenski got a beautiful goal for the Columbus Blue Jackets on the power play. Beautiful goal that it was like a one-timer, but also just snuck past Erson's toe, between his toe and the post, I should say. But still, Werenski, absolutely amazing season that he's having so far. And yeah, no notes. Monahan had a great tip in goal from right in front of the net it was a great shot from Fabro, but yeah, Monahan did the great job of finishing off the play. Johnson gets his ninth. Kent Johnson gets his ninth. 36 seconds left. It was a nice tap-in, but way too little too late for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Moving on to the Kings versus the Islanders in New York, we had a 3-1 win for the Kings. Kemper getting the win. This game, the main takeaway that I saw when I was tuning in was that the Kings are a very good team, and yeah, there's nothing really else to say. They have good pieces. They have really good pieces. I'm impressed with some of their players. They move the puck extremely well, but it was it was a good game. Yeah, it was a 3-1 game. There wasn't anything crazy going on. But getting into the goals, we had Kempe, who got a beautiful pass from Kopitar, who was insanely patient with the puck behind the net. He waited for Kempe, who tucked it in short side for his 14th goal of the season. Fiala gets his 10th of the season, and this was just the Kings taking advantage of the Islanders being all 5 Islanders players being on the ice for over a minute. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's a lot of time for some players, but for forwards who usually get about 40 seconds, that extra 20 seconds is a killer for when you're defending your own zone. And when you have elite players like the Kings do, like Fiala, who took advantage of them, yeah, he took a couple steps, fired it, boom, great goal. And Mikey Anderson was the guy who got the nail in the coffin goal for the Kings with his fourth on the empty net. The Islanders' only goal scorer for this game was Anders Lee, who tucked in his 13th goal of the season. It was a really nice goal, actually. He got the puck with his back facing the net, did a nice little turnaround, and just sniped it past Kemper. Yeah, it was a great goal. And to be honest, I was kind of judging his selection to be on the U.S. Four Nations face-off team, but that goal kind of woke me up, and I was like, maybe he could justify his place on that team, even though he probably won't be playing as much as all the other players on the States. It was like that for Canada and the States. There was no wrong options, but yeah, for the States, there's always a wrong option. So that was their wrong option, Anders Lee. But yeah, Kemper had a great game. He made lots of big saves late in the game. And yeah, 3-1 final for the Kings in New York on Long Island. So moving on to the Boston Bruins and the Winnipeg Jets, to be honest, I don't give a rat's you know what about either of these two teams. I hate the Bruins as a Leafs fan with a burning passion, and yeah, the Leafs have a weird rivalry with the Jets after they posted that strange little clip on Twitter saying, "Doesn't it feel good to beat the Leafs?" And I don't think they've beaten the Leafs since that clip. So yeah, screw you. And I also have a coworker who's a pain in my butt, just chirping me all the time. Oh, Winnipeg's so good. Yeah, stuff it. I never turned this game on. So when I quickly looked and saw it was 8-1 final, I was following along with the scoreline. I'm like, oh, Boston's getting their butts whooped. So that's great. But also, I did not tune in. So yeah, 8-1 final for the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. Scheifele had 2 goals and an assist. I'm not going to go over every goal because 8 goals, who needs the details? I know I don't. Kyle Connor had a goal and 2 assists. Gabriel Velarde and Nikita Chibrikov, I think is how you say it, each had a goal and an assist for the Jets, who improved the record to 21-9-0, and they've won 3 of their last 4 games, I think it is. It was an absolute beatdown. Hellebuck made 23 saves. He didn't have that insane of a busy night. Pasternak was the lone goal scorer for the Bruins, whose record diminishes to 15-12-3. And to be honest, that 15-12-3 record is not as good as it seems because they won 4 straight before this game, which is just telling you how bad they were before they fired Montgomery. Jeremy Swayman was the goalie in this game, and he let in all 8 goals. They did not take him out of this game, which I've always listened to people talk about, is it good to have your goalie in for that big of a beatdown? Will it wreck their confidence? To be honest, does Swayman have much confidence this season? He hasn't been good at all this season so far. But yeah, he made 27 saves, but let 8 goals in. So that just shows you how busy of a night Winnipeg gave him. So yeah, just to wrap it up, the Winnipeg Jets continuing their amazing start to the season. Boston also continuing their slow, not so great start to the season. Yeah, 8-1 final in Winnipeg for the Winnipeg Jets. So now we're going to move on to the Toronto Maple Leafs and the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, it was a 2-1 overtime win for the Leafs in New Jersey. I did not think for the first 90% of this game that the Leafs were going to win or even score because of how bad this team was. it was so bad. Domi returned. Gorbenkin was sent back down to the Marlies. Marner, he's been on fire lately with Matthews being out and everything. He's just been a rock star for this team. Unfortunately, he's going to get paid by someone. I don't know if it will be the Leafs. I kind of hope it will be the Leafs. I do like not Domi, idiot. I do like Marner a lot, but the money that he's going to be demanding is going to be so much. And yeah, he's worth it, but playoffs, I can't. I know people are like, don't. It's not playoffs. They don't get paid in playoffs. Yeah, I don't care. You earn that money so you can play in the playoffs, is what I think. So just to start covering this game, and what a wild game it was. The shots were 12-1 Devils with about 4 or so minutes left in the first period. 12-1. The Leafs went 16 minutes with one shot. It's unacceptable behavior, but hey, you get a power play, you're going to get those shots back. Nope. The Devils get 2 more shots on the penalty kill before the Leafs even get a shot on the power play. It's absolutely horrible. Period ends. Go to the dressing room. And you would think that Craig Berube would, you think he would just light a fire under their butts, but they come out to the second period just as bad. You got to give credit to the Devils, though. Anytime the Leafs were entering the zone, in the neutral zone, they had sticks in the way. They were getting in the faces of the Leafs. It was just a horrible experience for the Leafs because they could not figure out how to even enter the zone, let alone get a shot. That was bare minimum, was get a shot on net and test Markstrom, because with Markstrom, he's an all-star. He's a Four Nations face-off, probably starter for Sweden, but yeah, you have to get shots on him. The Leafs' second shot only came with about 14 minutes left in the second period. Like, how is this possible? The Leafs were so bad in the first and second period. It's undescribable how much it pained me to watch this game. Andre Palat gets the opening goal of the game, with a beautiful shot that beats Anthony Stolarz. Great goal, great pass for Palat to enter the zone. Great goal. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about it except great goal. Andre Palat, yeah, I think it was only his fourth or fifth goal of the season. And he's been kind of slow to start the season, but yeah, great goal. This game was actually a pretty physical game without there being much need for it. I don't know where it's hockey, but I don't understand why these teams were hitting each other so hard. Like, Max Pacioretty absolutely sent Jack Hughes to the moon with this hit. At first glance, I thought he left his feet. I thought it was going to be a charging call. I thought maybe, without a replay, I thought maybe this could be a game misconduct hit. But holy crap, did he just obliterate Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes got up right away. Didn't seem too fazed by it, but wow, Max Pacioretty absolutely laying the body on the line for this team. Now, entering the third period, Anthony Stolarz for the Leafs. This is exactly why I get all riled up of why Anthony Stolarz didn't make the U.S. team over Jeremy Swayman. Jeremy Swayman tonight let 8 goals in against the Winnipeg Jets, and Anthony Stolarz only lets 1 goal in against the Devils while getting absolutely peppered. No help from his team. No goal, no shot support from his team, and he's absolutely saving this team. Him and Joseph Woll, the best goalies in the league, bar none. There's no argument. They have been amazing this season as a tandem. I wouldn't be surprised if this continues, that they get the prize or the award at the end of the year for the best goalie tandem in the league, because they've been so good. But Anthony Stolarz, holy smokes, keeping his team in this game with amazing saves upon amazing saves upon amazing saves. So going into this game, I was reading about the Devils, and they were saying, do not let them get on the power play because they will score. Yeah, their power play looked amazing. They did not convert on the power play in this game, but the Devils went on the power play mid to late in the third period. I forget exactly what time it was, but chaos in front of the net. Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, all these guys creating absolute mayhem in front of the net. Stolarz making amazing saves. Nobody knows where the puck is, and then all of a sudden it squirts out to the neutral zone. and Connor Dewar is chasing a Devils player, and I thought it was going to be like an interference call, but he looks like he tackles him or he just makes good contact on him so that he panics, and then Pontus Holmberg takes the puck and snipes it past Markstrom. Where does that come from? No idea, but finally a goal in the bottom six for the Leafs on the penalty kill of all things. Hopefully that gets those lines fired up and finally going for the first time in a long bit. But breathe, Leafs Nation. You have a goal. You have a shot. You have a goal. It's 1-1. Anybody's game. Overtime starts, and yeah, the Devils have a lot of good chances again. Stolar's amazing as always. Like, he's turning into one of my favorite Leafs players of the season right now. Brad Treliving, thank you for this man. It's just insane how big of a transaction this was for the Leafs. And chaos in front of the Leafs net. Matthews takes the puck, works his butt off to get on a breakaway, and slides it 5-hole underneath Markstrom. And game over. Leafs win. Let's forget about this game and move on. The next game tonight, it was the Sharks and Hurricanes in Carolina. The Hurricanes squeak out a 3-2 win in regulation against the Sharks. Kind of like the Kings and Islanders game tonight, it was an exciting game because the Sharks aren't a team that are supposed to create this much problems for a team like Carolina. But at the same time, Carolina took care of business. No sweat. But to start off in the game, Shane Gostisbehere sneaks in from the point. Great shot from the right side of the circle for his 6th of the season. Brent Burns also was a goal scorer in tonight's game. You don't think of him as a usual goal scorer in this league. But yeah, it was his 2nd goal of the season. Great, amazing play between him, Sebastian Aho, and Natchez. Beautiful tic-tac-toe play. Boom, back of the net. Amazing goal. That was, at that point in the game, it was 2-1 for the Sharks, so they needed that goal from Brent Burns, and what a time to do it for the big man with the absolutely amazing beard. Jaden Chatfield, he got the winner in this game. Nice shot. It was a late goal, but great shot from the point. Snuck it past Vanacek. And yeah, the game winner goes to Jaden Chatfield. Luke Kunin gets his 7th and 8th goal of the season. Both were kind of nothing goals, but hey, he scored twice in an NHL game. Better than I've ever done. For the first goal, his first shot attempt was blocked by a defenseman, and then he just kind of took it, fired it back at the net, and it went in past Kochetkov. His second goal, Kochetkov kind of lost the puck. He started blocking the left side of the net, and he had no idea that the puck was still on the right side of the net, and Kunin tucked it in without too much of a problem. So yeah, Vanacek gets the loss in this one. Kochetkov gets the win, and yeah, 3-2 finals in Carolina. So moving on to the Oilers and the Lightning. It was a 2-1 victory for the Oilers in Edmonton tonight. Yeah, I don't think, from what I've seen, there hasn't been a whole lot that was going on in this game. McDavid obviously gets his 14th. It's pretty much who you were expecting to score in these games scored in this game. McDavid scored, Draisaitl scored, and Gensel scored. I know he's not like the guy to score on Tampa, but yeah, he is their big money signing in the last offseason. So yeah, you hope that he would score in a game like this. Too bad he couldn't score another, but in the long run, it was a goal. His 13th of the goal. He got the puck in the dead center of the slot and takes the shot, and it made it past Skinner. So like I said, the 2 goal scorers for the Edmonton Oilers are the guys that you would assume would score for this team. McDavid gets his 14th. His goal was, if you were a brand new person in the sport watching hockey saying, what do I need to know about this McDavid guy? This goal is the clip that you should be showing him. He gets the puck, easy pass at the very center of the ice, center dot, turns on his jets, and puts the puck in the back of the net. It is literally McDavid to a T. The speed, not the hand-eye coordination, but the hands that he has to make this play is absolutely incredible. For Draisaitl, it was his 20th goal of the season. He's having an absolutely amazing season again this year after signing his big ticket in the summer as well. His goal shouldn't really be his goal if we're being completely honest. It was an own goal by Tampa. I'm just going to say it. He was on a breakaway as well, made a couple moves. It was nice moves, enough to cause this chaos in front of the net. Two Tampa players were kind of tripping over each other and pushed the puck into the net. So yeah, Draisaitl still gets credit for the goal since he was the last guy that touched the puck, but own goal Tampa. Vasilevsky gets the loss in this one. Skinner gets the win in this one. 2-1 final for the Oilers. The next game tonight was the Flames versus the Predators. 4-3 final in Nashville for the Flames. They can finally score more than three goals to get a victory. About time for the Calgary Flames. This was a game of two teams that really needed to score more goals, finally scoring more than a couple goals in a game. The Flames finally scored more than three goals. I forget what the record was, but they beat a record of how many wins or losses without scoring more than three goals. They get a fourth, they get the win. It wasn't too crazy of a game. Yeah, the Flames came back a little bit in this one. Marchessault's finally starting to pick it up this season. He gets his 6th and 7th. Tommy Novak, he sat the other night. Potts won tonight for his 4th of the season. Kadri gets his 9th goal of the season. Rooney gets his 3rd goal of the season from Walker Duehr. Walker Duehr did the doing. Absolutely amazing effort all the way from his own zone. Fires it across the crease for an absolutely easy tap in for Rooney. He didn't have to do anything except for stand there and let the puck touch his stick. It was an absolutely amazing play by Walker Duehr. The other goal from the Flames was Brandon Pahal with his first goal of the season. Absolute snipe from the point. Number 10, Jonathan Huberdeau gets his 10th goal of the season tonight. Yeah, the players that needed to step up tonight stepped up. Weegar gets another assist. He should be on Team Canada. Why the heck is he not on Team Canada? It still bugs me to no end. One thing to keep in mind for Pahal's goal was before that puck went in the net, Stamkos tripped over his own teammate and fell down. And I can't remember if I saw him later on in the game, but he tripped over his own teammate, got injured, and as they were showing Pahal celebrating his goal, they panned to the bench, and Stamkos did look in some discomfort, so we should keep an eye on that. So yeah, Dan Vladar gets the win tonight in Nashville. UC Saros gets the loss in net for the Nashville Predators. 4-3 final from Nashville. So moving on, we have the Utah Hockey Club. Please change it to the Yetis as soon as possible. Please make that announcement. Playing the Minnesota Wild in Utah. It ends up being a 5-4 shootout win for the Minnesota Wild. Gustafsson picks up the win for the Minnesota Wild, while Karl Vejmelka picks up the loss for the Utah Hockey Club. It was a very back and forth game in this one. It started off with Utah opening up the scoring with Stenlund, beautiful shot, and then Minnesota answered pretty quickly after that with, bear with me, Marat Kusnadinov. I hope I pronounced that right. He gets his first of the season unassisted on a breakaway by a horrible giveaway on the blue line by the Utahns. Kaprizov continues to stay hot. There's not much to say to the Minnesota Wild front office except for please pay this man or tell him to go, because you cannot have this player not signed to a good contract before he bankrupts you almost. He's that good at the start of the season. Minnesota continues to stay hot. It's just absolutely incredible what they're doing this season with the cap issues that they're having. Keller gets 2 goals this one, his 8th and 9th of the season, both on the power play. So that's some good news for Utah that their power play's clicking. Johansson gets his 4th. Valimaki picks up his 2nd goal of the season. Another shout for Finland that he's going to be a good add for them. Marco Rossi gets his 10th of the season. He's having a pretty good season so far. Matt Boldy picked up the shootout winner in the long run. So that was pretty quick for the Utah and Minnesota game. There were good goals. There was a lot of mistakes. The fans in Utah look absolutely amazing. I'd love to go down there and check out a game soon, but 5-4 shootout win for the Minnesota Wild in Utah. With the second last game of the evening, we have the Blues and Canucks facing off in Vancouver. It ended up being a 4-3 win for the Blues in overtime. Dakota Joshua he's been back for a bit. He finally gets his first of the season. It was a great pass from Garland across the crease for an awaiting Joshua. Zach Bolduc with his fourth of the season, a one-timer goal past Demko. It wasn't anything crazy. It was your standard one-timer. Thomas gets a shorthanded goal after Garland made a big gamble on the power play. Yeah, he got his shorthanded goal for his fifth goal of the season. Jordan Kyrou on the power play gets his 10th of the season from a really nice orchestrated play on the power play from Falk and Thomas. Yeah, that was a very nice looking power play unit from the St. Louis Blues. Kyrou, former Sarnia Sting, gets his 10th of the season. Elias Pettersson gets his 8th goal on the power play. It was kind of a wild play. The St. Louis Blues defense core for the shorthanded goal, for being shorthanded, only had 3 players with a stick. So pretty much a 5-on-3 because you're almost useless shorthanded without a stick. Pettersson takes advantage of their disadvantage and puts it right off a Blues player. You can call it hockey IQ, you can call it luck, but still his 8th goal of the season. Jake DeBrusk gets his 13th goal of the season with the empty net with just under about 2 minutes left in the game, which forces to overtime and gets Vancouver a point which they need desperately. It was all for nothing though, as Dylan Holloway gets his 10th goal of the season in overtime, showing off really nice hands to put it over the shoulder of Demko. 4-3 win for the Blues in overtime against the Canucks. The last game of the night, the Panthers and the Kraken in Seattle. It ended up being a 2-1 shootout win for the Panthers in a bit of a controversial game, just because of how low scoring it was, and the reason that the Panthers got their only goal was from Barkov. He got his 9th of the season. It was after the Kraken didn't get a blatant call go in their favor. The Panthers took the puck right down the ice. Reinhart, Barkov, boom, goal. Standard Panthers goal. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was just Panthers. It was Panthers hockey, getting away with a non-call and then potting it into the net. Chandler Stevenson was the only lone goal for the Seattle Kraken tonight. It was a beautiful pass from Yanni Gourde right on the blue line. Chandler Stevenson takes it, breakaway. He froze Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky just stood there with his glove out and couldn't really react to it. It was a great shot. Bobrovsky gets the win in this one. Decord gets the loss in this one. Decord's still having an amazing season, but 2-1 in a shootout for the Panthers. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's a bit of a long one. It's going to be longer on Thursday, so bear with me. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. It means a lot that whoever's been here so far is here. Keep liking, keep subscribing. I know it's that standard BS of a YouTube channel and a TikTok, but it means the world to me. And yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow night for the next 2 games, I think that it is.